So first come, first serve. What's up?
What's happening? Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you perfectly, man. Thank you for joining us. First and foremost, man, congratulations on the performance. Everything that I expected. You guys certainly showed that Morrell was first of all, he was a great opponent. He showed his youth and his strength and his size, but ultimately, your son was just too much for him. What did you think of the performance? And once again, congratulations and thank you for coming on.
No, thank you for the invite. Like I always say, if you look at all my interviews, I always said that Morel was a very dangerous fighter, young fighter, two-time world champion, and he was going to come and prepare himself for the best. Because this was a big opportunity. To be honest with you, in my mind, I thought, we have everything to lose, nothing to gain. We're not going to get the respect. The people are going to say that, yeah, he didn't have the experience and this and that. But I think we gained a lot off of this fight because Morrell tried his best, and David was able to show his skills. You guys seen a different David throwing the Golovkin shots, the body shots, the uppercuts, and the defense and all that. So I was very satisfied with that fight. I thought it was a war. I thought it was a good fight. And the comments about the people, what they're been saying, that it was a good fight, and nothing but respects to David Morrell. He came and did his best, but David was just too much, and the experience was too much for him.
Was it surprising to you that David was getting so much credit for the raking of the defensive glove of Morrell? I feel like that's something that I've seen from David in the past. I'm sure you've seen him do that in the past, but this time it was on a high level. It got highlighted, and he's getting a lot of credit. What are your thoughts on some of those nuances, those little skills that your son have that are finally coming to light, and people are finally see that he's more than just this come forward guy, quote unquote, RoboCop?
Well, let me start by this. I knew it was going to be a difficult fight. I knew we were fighting a guy that hits very hard and a very decorated amateur. But our plan was to hit the body early, man, early to take his legs away without him knowing. And by the time he wanted to move around, then he will feel weird. He will feel that he didn't have the condition, and that will give doubts and the plan that they had. So that's what we did. We went in there, we started working the body without him knowing that we were taking his legs away. And because of that, David did exactly what he was supposed to do. The game plan was great and it was really good. And we knew that his guard was a little bit more up like an amateur fighter. So that's why we were focusing a lot on attacking that body. But, I believe that David Morrell didn't know what to do with that pressure. He didn't even know what to do with those body shots. So that gave David the opportunity, and David made those decisions right away. He only had like a split a second to make those decisions. When he was covering, he was pulling the hand and using the other hand to throw those big punches. And then that was the one time, where I see David pulling the hand three times, hitting him with the same shot. And then Morrell thought he was going to probably do the same, or maybe he was thinking that he was not going to go there, and then David would go inside with the uppercuts and then switch to the other side. I think those are moves that we never seen from David, and David Morrell did not expect those, to pull down the hand and do all that. But we trained doing that. I don't know if you've seen the Golovkin shots. Also, everything was working that night, man. Uppercuts, the body shots, pulling the hand down, and everything that David wanted to do. Of course, he got hit a couple of times because he was risking, you know. And I think he was very successful on doing all that, and he was very successful on staying with the game plan.
Nah, man, amazing, amazing performance. He really showed, the doubters that there is a complete difference. Now, I just wanted to get some clarification. I've seen some interviews where David said that you guys are going to be in attendance for the Better Beef Bivol February 22nd in Saudi. Is that true? And can
Yeah,
you?
yeah. Turkey Al Hashim has been getting in contact with me, with David, and also with David Garcia, and we got in contact with Luis de Cubas and Al Heyman also, about, about what's happening. We're very grateful. We're very thankful with Al Heyman. What he's been doing. I know that you said that I haven't got the big fights for David or Al Heyman and all that. We've been trying, bro. We've been trying. It's not as easy as you guys think.
Well, not you,
We've been,
because again,
huh?
you're the manager, but Al is the advisor. So I'm not blaming you, but certainly
Yeah,
Al
yeah, no, no,
is,
no. But
is
you at one
gotten it for
point
him
you said,
already.
"Oh, the father's not getting them the fight, this and that," and all. But it's okay, And like I said, we're trying, man. We're trying to fight anybody, anybody. We're trying to fight Sudo Ramirez, Better Be Bull, anybody, that it's up there. We want to give you guys the best fights, the exciting fights. I believe and David believes that in order to make history, you got to keep proving yourself and you got to give the fans what they want. Real fights, real fighters. So whoever, anybody in my opinion, I think right now, Benavidez, they said the WBC said that it was mandatory. The winner of David Benavidez and Morrell will get the winner of Better Beef and B-Ball. I don't know what's going to happen there. Now the WBA is saying that also that they're going to strip them, that they're going to make it mandatory. So we're just here, man, to do the best that we can and keep hustling and keep waiting and see what happens. But we're ready. We're ready to fight anybody that the people want us to see us fight. David will fight. You've seen now that David has never underestimated nobody or ran from nobody. We want to fight the ones that say that they're the best at that division. So we're trying our best, and like but going back to the Saudi, going back to Saudi, yeah, we're very excited. We want to go up there and see that fight because I believe that David is next in line. Let's see what happens. I don't know if people are going to want to see a third fight. Who knows? If Beterbiev wins, I don't think it should be a third fight. But we're just here, to see what happens. A lot of things are happening, but we're happy to go and we're happy to show our face and try to get the biggest fights for David, and keep proving ourselves to make history one day.
Nah, for sure. If you can't get that fight for whatever reason, because let's say Bivol wins and Turkey has already said that he wants a rematch, um, would you consider Anthony Yard so
Uh, you,
David doesn't stay inactive, just so he can keep fighting in that division?
Yeah, anybody. Anthony Yar's a great fighter. It will be a good fight. We're ready to fight whoever the fans want to see. You guys know us. You know that. Like I said, in order to make history, we got to fight the dangerous fighters, the fighters that have the experience, the fighters that earn the spot. Anybody. Anybody. David will fight anybody. Anywhere, anytime, and we've shown that and we proved that. So that would be a good fight. Also, if that fight doesn't happen, David's thinking about fighting Sudo Ramirez. So we're in talks with Oscar De La Hoya and
But
whoever.
ask you about that one, Jose, because if you let him go to 199, can he even come back to 175?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It shouldn't be a problem. He's only 28 years old. He does 175, no problem. He could do 168, no problem. It's all about. I'll tell you something about David right now. David right now, he's so motivated. He's he connected with God. He connected with the universe, the frequencies, the vibration, and the energy around people. He's on another level. That's why I told everybody. David, you guys are gonna see a different David because David now knows where he wants to go. He visualized, and I see that every day. So you know, man, that's why I talk a lot of shit because of what I see, what he does. He has another baby in the way. He's a very family orientated guy, and he loves his family, his kids and all that. So he's spending a lot of time with them. And man, I just see him so happy and so motivated. The only thing he does is spend time with his kids, with his family, and watches a lot of boxing. Every day he has notes. He's always thinking about boxing, man. And I knew that you guys were going to see a different David. And that's the biggest camp. Everybody's going to tell you, oh, we had the best camp ever, every time. But the best camp ever for us was this, our relationship and how tight we are, the communication, the trust. and the hard work that we put all these years, and now connecting with God and connecting with everything that I've been telling you about, man, sky's the limit, man. David's on another level, and that's why we want to fight anybody. And right now he's so focused and so disciplined that he could do 168, 175, or cruiserweight. It shouldn't be a problem.
That's amazing. That's great news for the people that still want the Canelo fight. But man, I wanted to ask about who do you think can beat Morrell? I seen that fight with David, and
Man,
I only think the top three: David, Benavidez, excuse me, David, Beterbiev, and Bivol. Do you see anyone not those three names that can beat Morrell?
you know what, man? Like I said, I think Morrell, because of the experience, he learned so much from this fight, man. From now on, I think you're gonna see a different Morrell. You know, he has a lot of talent, very fast, hits hard. Uh, I mean, David was just too much for him. Too many different things. Like I said, what do you do to block the Golovkin shots? What do you do when somebody pulls your hand down? What do you do when somebody attacks that body? What do you do when somebody brings those uppercuts and puts that pressure? Does it make sense? He was not prepared for that. But I think that David, it was a great experience for him. I think Morrell, I could see him fighting Caleb Plant and Billy. I mean, well, not, I don't know. Hopefully, Caleb Plant goes up to 175. But I just see so many fighters there. That I, and he's gonna go to another level. It's like I say. So much in there. Um, who knows? Maybe he'll go down to 168 too. And if he goes down to 168, he'll have the Caleb Plants, the Trevor McCumbies, the Mbillies, the all those fighters, man. I think he would do really good on that. If he stays at 175, he's gonna give a lot of people problems. I really like Benavidez. I really like Be Bold. They're the monsters of the division. I think those are the two biggest fighters right now, 175. Um, who knows? Maybe we fight these guys and he'll prove himself. Maybe we'll get a rematch in the future.
Coach, since I got you, I do want to ask. It's been announced that Edgar Berlanga is going to be taking on Puerto Rican undefeated fighter Jonathan Gonzalez Ortiz. Most people thought that I mean, not that we thought he was going to fight Pacheco in March, but we want the Pacheco fight. He's saying that it'll be a big fight in the summer. Is there any talks of Berlanga Pacheco for the summer? And what's your thoughts on his comeback?
Well, we talked to Eddie Hearns and we asked him, we want Berlanga next. If his manager's watching this or somebody can send it to him, this is the fight we want. Berlanga. We want him next. Berlanga, if he wants to, he was commenting about Diego Pacheco, this and that, but he's all talks. Let's make that fight happen. Let's make it happen. That's who we want next. If that guy doesn't, the superstar, the face of boxing, does not want to face Diego Pacheco, the cash cow, the guy that's celebrating his defeat, does not want to face Diego Pacheco, we would love to fight Munguia. Does it make sense? So we did have, we signed a letter before Diego Pacheco's fight to fight Billy for the eliminator. Or something. He said that no, he didn't want to fight. He wanted to take a fight and maybe in the future. So we're ready, man. We're ready to face whoever. Billy, Munguia, uh, Berlanga is not going to fight. I'll tell you right now. Berlanga and Canelo will not face Diego Pacheco.
Now, Steven Nelson, who Pacheco just beat, we had him on the show, and he feels that he would like a rematch. I don't see a reason why. Like, it wasn't a close fight. What would Nelson need to do in order to earn a Pacheco rematch in your eyes? Obviously, you're manager and trainer.
Well, he has to face the big guys, and prove himself. And once he proves himself, I think he deserves some rematch. But if you don't prove yourself, it's going to be really hard for Steven Nelson to fight Berlanga. But you know what? I really like that fight, bro. In my opinion, Let's fucking make it happen. Who the fuck is he fighting next? Who the fuck is that guy? You know, to be honest with you, the cash cow, the face of boxing. And I thought he was the main event. He's a co-main event. How can you be the cash cow? How can you? He said that, he was gonna make Diego a lot of money because he's the cash cow, but he's the co-main event. If I'm not mistaken, I saw that and I was upset. Like what the fuck? How can you be a co-main event?
They said it's
You
all
know
part of the plan. They said they the co-main on this fight for the big fight in the summer.
what the fuck? His manager might not be doing a good job, you know.
Well,
Or I mean, why? If you're the face of boxing, if you're the cash cow, how? How can you be a co-main event? I mean, you come from the biggest fight of your career, and you claim to be the best, the face of boxing. But I don't understand that. So I mean, Steven Nelson will be a great fight for him. I don't think he would even face Steven Nelson, to be honest with you. There's a lot of people that just like to be Instagram fighters and talk a lot of shit. But when it comes when they show the contract, they decide to do other things. So at the end of the day, everybody can do whatever they want to do. But I'll tell you, Team Benavidez, Diego Pacheco team, and whoever's in Team Benavidez, we'll fight anybody, man. And it's just let's make those fights happen, man.
I got a few questions from the people if you still got time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Jesse Hernandez says, great performance from David Benavidez. Was there anything specific David has taken from his two fights at 175 he can take into bigger matchups at light heavyweight? Thanks for the time, TBV.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, for sure. Thanks so much for that comment, man. I listen to all the comments. I always try to get better and better and better and learn from the people that know boxing and try to get better and better. Um, you know, like I said, his past fight, he came in with two injured hands, a cut over his left eye, and this was the best camp ever. Like I said, things happen for a reason, and we can see, and a lot of people seen a lot of the new things that David did. I think that in his next fight, you guys are going to see a lot of new things also because he's only 20 years old, man. He's super motivated. He's always watching boxing. He wants to, to me, he did a great performance. 1 out of 10, I give him a 10. But he wants to come at 11, 12. He wants to do better and better and better. There are little mistakes that he did, but it's okay. I tell him it's okay because you risk yourself. If you don't risk, you know, I mean, you had a great performance, But in his mind, he knows that he has to get better, and you could always get better because you never stop learning. So we are gonna watch and see and try to get better every fight that we have.
I got James Benitez in Atlanta that says, what's up, Jose? Good win. Now, tonight's show is about Edgar Berlanga, a future free agent. What are your thoughts on Edgar? And since him and Keith Conley plan on making a splash this summer, why not Edgar? P.S. Turkey said if Bivol wins, there will be a Better Beef Bivol 3. So make the Berlanga pay-per-view instead. Berlanga beats Pacheco.
Well,
He needs David Benavidez instead.
in order to make history, in order to be the best, in order to show your skills, yeah, let's make it happen. We're down to give you a big bump, and see where you're at. Diego Pacheco, or come up to 175, face David Benavidez, the Mexican monster. That would be a great fight. I think with both of them, it's a great fight, and why not? If you want to make history, you gotta risk and you gotta take those fights. The real fights.
It would be a common opponent with Canelo, so that would be a good thing. We have
I'll tell you something. Berlanga, David would stop him. I can probably say that. Diego Pacheco will stop him also. If
damn, you said Pacheco will stop him.
if you look back and see the progression of Diego Pacheco, you know, Steven Nelson was a great fighter. I don't know how the fuck did he stood up in his two legs, uppercuts, right hands, man, everything. That guy, man, my respect. He took a lot of big punches. I don't think Berlanga would take those big punches. He's soft, he doesn't have a chin. So one of those big punches, would drop him, and I will bet money To be honest with you, on Diego Pacheco and Berlanga.
I got Michael Blackson that says, much love and respect from South Phoenix. If Turkey orders the trilogy between Bivol and Better Beef, will you guys try to intervene? If David can't get a Yard or Zurdo fight, we need the Better Beef Bivol winner this year.
Yeah, you know what is going to happen. I don't worry about it. If the trilogy happens, we're still going to fight. To be honest with you, what people don't understand, we want to fight them now, now, like the next fight. But what people don't understand, wear and tear. Uh, Better be it's a monster, but he's like 40 years old, man. I think go ahead, fight, because he is getting himself very prepared. But at the end of the day, the body can only take so much. So I want to fight him now as soon as possible because later on the people are gonna say that he's too old. You know, be bold. It's a little bit younger. Um, but it's gonna happen. I don't really worry. I think we're in a good position. We prove it ourselves, uh, and we earn the position we're at. So we just got to be patient and keep working, staying busy, and fight whoever, and keep making history.
Um, do you feel that? Well, never mind. Let me just stick to these questions. I got Dre Bogus. Congratulations on the win. In a perfect world, would who would be David's next three fights? Peace and blessings from San Diego. So
Yeah,
perfect
well,
world.
I wish that we could do be Balls, Better Beef, and Sudo Ramirez. And from there on, see what's next. But those will be the biggest fights and the fights that are exciting, the fights that are very dangerous, and the fights that the fans want to see. So those are the
Wow.
three. But who knows? Somebody will pop out and look spectacular, and we could definitely do that also.
That's interesting. So you want Bivol and Better Beef.
Yes, we want both. We want both. It doesn't matter. We can fight the loser, the winner, and then go up to cruiserweight to face Sultan Ramirez.
Speaking of Bivol and Better Beef, obviously David is on record saying he would prefer Bivol to win so that he can fight Bivol so he can show that he's better than Canelo. But you as the trainer, do you think that the Better Beef style is better suited for
You know, I'll tell you right now, both of the fights are very dangerous. Two different fighters. The only reason I would love to fight Better Beef at this time is because he beat Canelo. He beat Sudo Ramirez. So this will be the third Mexican that Bebo will be facing. And imagine if we can beat the one that beat the one, then that will put us in another position. So that would be my choice. But whoever comes first, it doesn't really matter. But that would be my first choice. And I'm more interested in the B ball than Better Beef. But if the Better Beef fight comes first, we'll take that right away.
I got Don B in OKC. He says, what's good, senior? I wanted to know what is the one thing new you learned about David this past fight that surprised you? Also, congrats on the great victory.
Yeah, the new thing that I learned about David, is just his mind, his maturity, his like I said, the biggest thing is connecting to God, praying every day, getting up in the morning, trying to get the energy from the sun when the sun comes up, and at night when the sun goes away, and he's all into the energy, and having a good energy around people, and his attitude, man, and all that, and connecting with me, connecting with his family, connecting with everybody, man. Sometimes I don't even recognize him, man. How focused and how disciplined he is.
That's amazing. We got Alex Vega from Palm Beach, Florida. Does David have any type of deal with Amazon Prime when it comes to the rights to stream his fights?
You know, we the only rights that we have, like I said, I want to thank Al Heyman, for always taking care of David. And even though a lot of people don't know, I'm super happy, very happy from the beginning to now. You know, I think David is one of the highest paid athletes at 175, not mentioning Canelo and maybe even Jake Paul. But where we at, because these guys already make a lot of money. but he's up there, and he's making a lot of money, and plus he gets a cut of the pay-per-view and all that. So we're extremely happy with that. We and it's the same, the same. I mean, they take care of the Amazon Prime and all that, but we're very happy. But like I said, we're always trying to get better and keeping our team together and being loyal, to what we do and what we've been doing. We're very thankful, very happy, and but we always try to we learn every fight. We learn more, and thank God, I learn a lot every fight. Also, where we at, and then the numbers and it's so amazing, how much I learned. And I've been managing David since he started his career. I managed Jose Benavidez. I also managed Rayo Valenzuela, Diego Pacheco, and all these guys. So I've been learning a lot, and we're in a good position.
Coach, I hate to bring it up, but what happened with the Rayo situation? Did you release him? Did you guys find a?
The only thing that I can tell you right now is that I love them as a son. Everybody knows I brought him with me everywhere. I invested a lot of money. I treat him like my son. I took him from 0 fights to be a world champion. I negotiated his if he would. I negotiated the fight with Pitbull. Negotiated if he became a champion. I got him a lot of money, and after that, he decided to not talk to me, decided to go with somebody else. And I respect that, At the end of the day, I'm so happy because I took him from 0 fights to being a world champion. That's a big accomplishment for me in my heart. And, and I managed him from zero to being a world champion. And I negotiated his fight after being a world champion. So I don't know what's happening. I sent him a text. Hey, what's up, champ? How you doing? Let me know what's the plan. Who do you want to fight for the next fight? Never heard of him. I just got a letter from a lawyer. I just gotta follow the process. I don't know. I really don't pay attention to that. My lawyer is the one that's taking care of that. But to be honest, man, I don't have time for that. I I just want to be happy, have a good vibe, and enjoy life, without stress. I'm a winner, with him winning a world title, that nobody can take that away from me. How I did it, how I brought him. A guy with 11, 12 fights, being a world champion and making all that money.
Yeah, man. Congratulations, because you definitely changed his life. We got half boxing. Hey, coach, Josh from Panorama City. I just want to give you Ed Jr. and David thanks for inspiring the next generation.
No, for sure, man. That's fucking funny, man. Panorama. That's when I came from Mexico, Panorama City. I came at 11 years old, and I went to Sepulveda Junior High School, then Monroe High School there for a little bit. And man, that's amazing. That it brought me back when I came back from Mexico. Thank you so much, man.
Nice. Tracy Green says, "What's up, senior? What's your introduction as to the sport of boxing, and what made you become a trainer and introduce your sons to the sport?"
All this, man, was an accident. I never even thought about being a trainer. I didn't know nothing about boxing. I was 26 years old. I didn't even know how to stand, how to throw a jab, or I watched boxing with my friends just to get drunk and enjoy the fight and party, to be honest with you. But it's been amazing, our times, and with my kids, with Junior being a world champion, David being a world champion, and where how we got to me, everything is new, everything's like I never been here before, Now I'm here in Puerto Rico having fun, taking a vacation. I never in my life took a vacation, you know, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. I always wanted to visit Puerto Rico, and we're here in Puerto Rico now. It's beautiful. The people here are so nice. And the amazing thing is about how many people knows, you know, Tim Benavidez and Jose Benavidez and David, the Mexican monster, and Jose Benavidez is just, man, amazing. But everything that we've been doing is it's something that I never been in, and everything's new. And we're gonna continue working hard to see how far we can get because at the end of the day, one day everything's over. But I got a lot of good memories. We're gonna continue working hard, and I'm just enjoying every minute of it, man. and I thank God for the blessings and for allowing me to be part of my sons, training them, managing them, and all that, man. This is all new for me. I didn't know nothing about it. So if I did it, anybody could do it once you put your mind into it and you love the sport.
Nah, man, it's an amazing story. We got a few more. We got Lil Zooted. What up, senior? Lil Zooted from Southwest Africa. I think Zooted fight should be priority. Having unified champ in his resume would hold weight.
Well, to be honest with you, that's one of the fights that David really, really, really wants. Big shout out to Sudo Ramirez, great friend, good person, great fighter. But it will be an honor to fight, and I think that would be a great fight for him and for us. Like I said, I think we're in a great position. Now we can go here, we can go there. Now David can ask about these fights, and I think that they will be given to him right away. So uh, we're just being patient, see what happens. We're gonna go to Saudi and see what happens there. We're gonna wait for that fight to happen. Better beef and be ball, and from there, we have a better view of what's happening in David's future.
Man, hopefully Turkey gives us a good face off, between either David and Canelo or David
I
better.
I believe that Turkey wants to make the best fights. He'll give you a tune-up, but then I think he wants the real fights. So I think hopefully we can come to an agreement or him being interested. That's why he's inviting David over there because he's interested. So at the end of the day, like I said, the whole team is going to get together and look for the best for
Coach,
David. And,
I got
and
a good one, man. Since you said David is in a better place, he's found God, and you said he can even make 168. I gotta ask, can he? Can
no, please don't ask me that. No.
I want that Crawford fight, man? Turkey wants that
Oh,
fight,
come
man.
on, bro. Really?
Thought
Listen,
you were gonna say
I love
Canelo, man.
Crawford. I love Crawford. He's a great fighter. Nothing but respect. But David's too big for him, bro. Crawford has a little frame. Now he posted that he's one
86.
186. Come on, bro. I got a kid that fights at 118 that would love to fight Canelo Alvarez. And we will go up to whatever weight is required. But at the end of the day, man, come on, bro. It's like us trying to go to fight heavyweight Usyk or Tyson Fury. I mean, I would not do it. It's too much weight, bro. I believe that you're putting your life in risk. Canelo's just too big for him, bro. Crawford has a little frame, man. He has a little frame. No matter how much he eats, man, he's not he's not gonna get that big.
So obviously, David has had a very tough 4-fight schedule. I mean, people don't have the 4 fights that David just had. That being said, can we get a tune-up that's a big fight? Like, I would prefer Triple G. Maybe we could get him out of retirement. My co-host keeps
Man, we don't
bringing
want
up,
we don't want tune-ups, man. We don't want
huh?
tune-up. We want to keep proving ourselves. And David wants to make history, man. He wants to make history. He
But
wants tough
all those
fights.
fights. What about the body, coach?
Come on, bro. Really, Golovkin hasn't fought for a while, bro. To be honest, I love Golovkin, man. To be honest, uh, great fighter. He
Chavez Jr.
showed David.
opponent with
Come on, bro. Really? Come on. I'm trying to convince you. No, let's not make those fights, bro. Come on. No, no.
Coach, coach,
But
don't listen
if
to
the
him.
people,
Don't listen
but
to
the
him. Do
people,
not make
but
those
listen,
fights.
but I'll tell you, if the people insist, okay, let's give the people. I believe that David's the people champ. If the people want to see whoever want to see David, let's make it happen. But
The
come on,
people want
I think
David.
Julio Cesar Chavez is.
The people
I
want to see
mean,
David versus
man.
Canelo.
all right, all right. I
Oh
got
man,
Rex having getaway.
I was so happy because you were not asking me nothing about Canelo. You
Nah,
know,
nah, we don't get no.
Canelo will never face the Mexican monster, no matter how much money they give him. You know,
Nah,
he's
That's
Turkey's
just
right.
gonna make it happen, coach. Turkey's gonna make
nah.
it happen.
Well, I'll make you a bet that Turkey's not going to make Canelo fight the Mexican Monster. Nobody will make Canelo fight the
October
Mexican Monster.
26th. October
But
26th.
but
That's gonna
but
be it.
but let's stay positive and let's stay optimistic and I mean anything's possible.
All right, I got a few more. You still got time?
Yeah, I got time. I got time.
Rex out of Delaware says, great job with David on his previous performance. It's clear as day to see his growth, and I'm sure you played a huge role in that. Respect, champ. Ness had already asked you about Anthony Yard as a possible opponent. If Bivol Better Beef goes to Trilogy, would you be open to doing the fight in the UK? It would open up David to a whole different base and geography. The fight could be huge over there. Would you
Yeah,
like
you
David
know
to
what?
fight in the
Yeah,
UK?
yeah, that's a great fight. I think David would love to bring the fans, the Mexican fans, the people from the United States, fights here in the United States. But we're down, man. We're down to fight anywhere, anytime. At the end of the day, like I said, we want to give the fans what they want. If they want to see that fight, and the only way that it could be made over there, let's make it happen.
Oh man, this one's gonna be funny. What's up, senior? Did you see Berlanga's defense video? What would you rate his defensive skills 1 through 10? And with David pay-per-view numbers since he's been on pay-per-view, can you argue he's a top 4 or 5 pay-per-view star in the sport?
Well, let's talk about the defense of Berlanga. Berlanga doesn't like me. He says I'm a crab. I like Berlanga. I think he's a young fighter, great fighter. He just has to stay focused, bro. When that kid stays focused and matures, he's gonna be a very dangerous fighter. And he hates me because of that. He should pay attention to that. He is a good fighter. But I mean, defense is not overnight. You got to work on it. I believe that Berlanga tells his people what to do. In my opinion, I think he should listen to people what they say. And work hard on what he needs to work on. He's a great fighter. He's a good fighter. Um, Pay-per-views. I was super happy that David sold out the T-Mobile Arena, and that's how everything is starting now because we have a lot of fans now. A lot of people were cheering, Mexico, Mexico. That feel unbelievable, man. That's the best feeling in the world when I was there. Um, that's the start right there. I think he sold out. I was a little bit nervous, is he gonna sell? Is that gonna be okay? He did a great job there. Pay-per-views, uh, good numbers, but it could get better. But the only way that they're gonna get better is by fighting good fighters and fighters that are dangerous and fighters that the fans want to see. So it's in a working process. He's getting better and better and better at him looking better, him selling out stadiums and pay-per-views is getting better and better and better. So it's a matter of time. But that's why when you bring Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., when you bring all these other guys, it's like instead of going forward, I think we're gonna go back a little bit. We don't want that. We want to keep growing and getting better.
WP 3636. Was there any discussions with the referee regarding him mistakenly calling a
Nothing.
push and
Nothing.
knockdown?
Nothing, man. I'm one of the person that I let the referee make his judgment and let him work. I got other shit to worry about. To give instructions and if the referee doesn't see it, there's nothing he's gonna do about it. You know. So why
Is there
waste
not
that
an
energy
instant
with them?
replay? There was an instant replay in Vegas for that? You can.
Yeah, but there was an instant replay. I heard about it, but right away sometimes they only have a little bit of time, So that is not very accurate in my point. When I went back to the hotel, saw the whole fight, and it was a shot to the arm, and the leg was on the outside. So I'm not gonna argue about that. David looked spectacular. He looked really good. And at the end of the day, we got to be ready for whatever. He got hit when the referee was holding him, and that was one of the big shots. David, his face got a little bit swallowed right there. So, but I'm not, like I said, I got more important things to do than complain. Where am I going to go? What am I going to do in 1 second, 2 seconds? There's nothing I'm going to do about it. And we just got to stay focused on the fight at that time.
I got a few more if you still got time.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. We got Ali and Dago that says, "What up, Jose Sr.? Who are your top 3 favorite boxers of all time? And I believe Canelo is terrified of your son, David."
Yeah, man. Man, people are gonna hate me for this, but top in my like I said, I started late. I didn't know nothing about boxing, and that just based off of that. I love Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. I love Mike Tyson. I love Muhammad Ali. Because like I said, I came really late to the sport of boxing, and then after that, like De La Hoya, all Trinidad, and all that. But at this point right now, my favorite fighter is the Mexican Monster right now. At this point.
Great answer. We got Clemente from Phoenix who says, "Are you guys willing to move up like Berlanga and Billy or Munguia, or are you guys just focused on 175 Team Monster?" So basically, are you willing to move someone else up from 168 to 75 to fight David?
That's what I'm saying, man. Whatever the people want, man. If the people think it's a great fight, and like I said, I'm not trying to go backwards. We're trying to get more pay-per-view buys. We're trying to get more arenas bigger, and all that. But it has to be a good fight, man. So anything that the fans want to see, anything that brings danger to our career, anything that motivates David. David was super motivated with David Morrell. We never underestimated David Morrell. David Morrell was saying that he was going to expose David, that he was a robot, but he forgot to mention in all the interviews. I said, you forgot to mention that AI robot. Uh, you know. So, I mean, I just want David to stay motivated. I want David to fight the fights that are dangerous, the fights that the fans are going to be sitting down, getting up, sitting down, getting up. Um, but like I said, that's our plan. But whoever the fans want to see David fight, we'll make it happen.
We got Mike Wilson that says, "Is David ready for Crawford at 164?"
Oh, really, man? There we go. Is David ready for Crawford? Come on, I love Crawford, but David, man, it's too big for Crawford, especially those combinations and all that, man. I mean, I don't know how many rounds would Crawford go with David. To be honest, with no disrespect, but I don't even think he will go 3 rounds with David.
We got Adrian Rodriguez. "Would you guys be ever willing to work with Turkey Al-Sheikh? Congratulations on the win." But the answer is yes, because you guys are being invited over there, right?
Yeah, like I said, we're just going up there to see the fight. The main reason we're going up there is because of the fight. The WBC said it was mandatory to fight the winner of that fight, and the WBA also. So that's the only big reason. But like I said, we're very thankful to our team, Al Heyman, Luis de Cubas, Sansom, and all them. We're a team, and that's why we're here. So we just got to make it happen. I think when a fighter wants to fight another fighter, fights are easy to make. So at the end of the day, we can work all together.
Two more. Pound for pound 165 says, "Do you train novice boxers? If so, what's your rate?" But we ain't talking rates
Man,
over the internet, right? Or are you?
you're going to laugh how much I charge, man. You know, I love what I do, man. I just don't work with world champions. I started working with the Tejas girls when they were zero fights from Texas. I started working with Kevin Ajala, um, and all these fighters that didn't have fights. I love what I do, So I have a big team behind me. Poncho, Junior Lopez, Brito, Serrano, that we all work together, And you're gonna laugh when I tell you how much I charge. I charge $0, man. To train people. Everybody's welcome to my gym, and we'll help them as much as we can. But at the end of the day, it's not me, it's them. Trying to be where they want to be. Discipline, hard work, and we'll work together. But a lot of people can't hang with Team Benavidez because it's a lot of hard work.
Nah, for sure, man. Tough fight for Daniel Blancas, man. What's next for him?
tough fight, man. I feel that now he's been tested. He fought an undefeated fighter, a fighter that wanted to win. I was very happy with his performance, going a lot to the body and going to war with this guy, and he got a good win. And in my mind, what matters is that he keeps progressing, and I think he's been getting better and better and better and better, and that's what I'm more focused on. So we're gonna wait until he comes back, and everything should be good, and we're gonna test him again.
Well, that's the last one, Coach. I appreciate you as always, man. Thank you for tuning
Thank
in
you.
and giving us an opportunity to interview you. And enjoy Puerto Rico, man. It's a beautiful location.
Thank you, man. Puerto Rico, viva Puerto Rico, very beautiful over here. The people are super nice, and like I said, I was super surprised how much people knew who I was. Everywhere I go, man, they want to
Man,
take
you a
pictures and all
star.
that.
You know that.
Man, I never dreamed of being something like that, or making somebody happy like that with just a picture, man. It's an honor. It's an honor, and thank you so much for the invite. And super excited, man. We're gonna continue working hard and give you guys the best fights that we can give you guys. Thank you.
All right, Coach. Appreciate you. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Coach Jose Benavidez.